Okay, I will bring it again. Prepared the transmission lab. I will bring it. The end of year exam. I will tell her that she prepared it again. Hot comes from here. Edit the exam again. The function with the arrow says edit. Put your description here. Put the description. Put the description here. The new description. And you can change the instructions as you like and send it. Look, you'll find that the description has changed and now it says the new description. Perfect. Thank you very much. With that, we have finished. I hope today's lecture, especially about the content, is clear. Are there any questions? Is there a question? If there is a question, we can respond quickly. So, if you have any questions in a minute or two, we can answer them quickly. Dr. Khalid, if you please, can you raise your hand? Here's the microphone so I can answer the questions quickly with you. In a minute, I can answer you. Thank you, Dr. Khalid. Dr. Khalid, may God bless you. Just to confirm, is the microphone working for you? Are you set up as the presenter? It's working, doctor. Thank you. We can respond to him quickly, so if you have any questions, we can answer them quickly. Okay. If you have any questions in a minute or two, we can respond quickly. Doctor Khalid, if you please, can you raise your hand? Here's the microphone so I can answer the questions quickly with you. I can answer you in a minute. God bless you, Dr. Khalid. Dr. Khalid. May God bless you indeed. Just to confirm, is the microphone working for you? Am I certainly setting you up as the presenter? It's absolutely working, doctor. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Doctor Burrell. First of all, thank you, Doctor, for the beautiful and thorough explanation. You always impress us with these explanations. May God bless you. First, Doctor, in the chat conversation, is there an option to undo text? Like when I write something by mistake, can I undo it like in WhatsApp? There's no undo option yet. About the alternative formatting, the colleague inquired. The letter A that reads the text, it doesn't show up for us. Is it not appearing for you? You created an image and it didn't show up. Don't use an image, use a file. Only with the file, or with files, but not with the image. Yes, okay. So it should be an audio file, a video file, or a text file, not with the image. Regarding the grading center, it gives me columns. I'll open the grading center and share my screen, but it should be a new course, not hidden. Are some columns not visible? I need a blank course, a new one. I need the default one. Yes, the default.
Your Excellency, without an image, you created it with a file. With a file. For example, it appears with here. Your Excellency, you see. With the file only with the files. Or with the files only with the file. Yes, okay. Because it is an audio file, a video file, a writing file like this. Not with the image. The evaluation center, Dr. Al-Kamel.
It gives me columns, of course. Let me open the grading center and share my screen with you. But it should be a new course, Doctor, not hidden. Are there some columns in a course that's not hidden? I mean, I want an empty course, a new one. Yes, I mean, I want the default one. Yes, the default. Unfortunately, I don't have a new course here. I have the default one. So in the default, there are electoral first name and last name, right? Then there's the username and university ID, and both are the same. Every time we hide this. Every time we hide this. So what's the problem you're facing? There's duplication between the username and university ID. I can refer back to that.
To the system administrator, do I know what the reason is? If that's the case, hide the username and keep the university ID, or vice versa, based on the idea that the university ID, which is the cumulative number, is clearer. Or we can keep it because it's for students, so the university ID is fine. Yes, that's right. Doctor, when I ask the students for an assignment and a student opens the assignment, sometimes it happens that
he says that he submitted the assignment, and I see the blue circle. The blue circle, of course, doesn't show you anything. What did the student do? So he says, I submitted the assignment, and I don't know if he opened the assignment and left it, or if he really worked hard and submitted it, but it didn't go through.
We don't know what's wrong with the screen indicator. The screen shows the student opens the assignment, but doesn't submit it. We aren't sure if the student submitted a file and there was a problem, if the file was too large, or if there was an internet issue. So what do? Kindly give them another attempt and ask them to resend it. When I try to extract the compressed file, nothing appears. We really don't know if, as you said, the student submitted a file and there was a problem, or if the file was too large, or if the internet cut off, for example. We really can't figure out what the issue is. So what do? I mean, if you kindly give them another attempt.
And you tell him to send it to me. This is the solution about the compressed file, doctor, like the test. When I want to extract the compressed file, I want a text file. Nothing comes out. When dealing with the test, you export the test from here, from the course tools, from the tests. It gets exported smoothly. Doctor, I can't do that. The extraction doesn't work. It only works for certain files. Yes, but it doesn't work for extraction. So why do you want to extract it? I want to know the reason, but I want to edit it and take it with me on a flash drive. So are you saying you want to take the compressed file on the flash drive too?
When dealing with the test, you export it from the course tools without issues. It won't work for you. The extraction only works for certain files. Why do you want to extract it? I want to edit it and take it on a flash drive. You want to take the compressed file on the flash drive too? If I go to another place, I can open the course and import the file without issues. In our lab in the language department, some devices are in English. When I go to personal information and make a change, it won't work for you to extract it. It only works for certain files. Yes, but it doesn't work for extraction. So why do you want to extract it? I just want to know the reason, but I want to edit it and take it with me, for example, on a flash drive to go somewhere. So, are you saying you want to take the compressed file on the flash drive too? And if I go to another place with Blackboard, I can open the course and the same area and import the compressed file, and it will work just fine without any issues. Now, doctor, in our lab in the language department, some devices are in English. When I go to personal information and make a change,
it changes back to English when I shut down the device and turn it back on. The personal page displays courses and study materials in Arabic for students who don't know English. It lists items like the home page and content. Students can adjust settings. New students from Madrasati to Blackboard may struggle with English. Direct them to technical support, which is the department's device. You might face this issue. Our lab has 20-30 devices for student tests. So it shows him the list on the left, like the home page, the content, and those things. Just keep in mind that the student can also go in and adjust the settings. The student has the authority. Sometimes the student coming from the Madrasati platform to Blackboard doesn't know how to deal with Blackboard, and they tell me they have the interface in English. You refer them to support. You guide them to technical support. You may encounter this. We have 20-30 devices for student tests. Some devices are in English. So we adjust the language. Blackboard language can be adjusted. The Blackboard interface and personal page are in English. It might be set to adjust, doctor. The method is clear, but shutting down reverts to English.
Devices are set to English. The difference is between Windows language and device language. Blackboard language can be adjusted. Blackboard interface and personal page are in English. Adjustment is clear, but shutting down reverts to English. Is there a program like Freeze that keeps settings after reboot? A lab specialist should check for programs reverting settings.
Inside Blackboard, not inside the course. The main Blackboard page is in English. The personal page, the idea is it might be set to adjust, doctor. The adjustment method is clear, but when we shut down the device, it reverts to English. Is there a program like Freeze on your devices, or those that keep settings after reboot so it returns to original settings? You need a tech specialist for lab devices to check them because programs might revert settings. You change personal settings, choose Arabic or English. I choose English and send.
So, is there a program like Freeze available on your devices? Or those programs that keep the settings after you turn off the device and turn it back on, so it goes back to the original settings? You need a technical specialist who works on the devices in the lab to take a look at them, because there might be programs that revert the settings back again. But what you do is go into changing the personal settings, and from here you choose Arabic. Or you choose English. I choose English and send. Okay, Arabic. Yes. Now I have it in English. For me, I can just turn off the device and turn it back on 100 times, and there's no problem at all. The language stays in English. I can go back to the settings and adjust the personal information easily, and I can change the settings again to get Arabic. There's absolutely no problem at all.
It could be, as you mentioned, Dr. Radi, but I hope the technical specialist can help. Thank you, Doctor. We benefited a lot from you. I hope to have the honor of having the gamification available, Doctor.
Dr. Sami Safan is the one who will provide this training. As for me, I will be specialized in all the Blackboard courses with you and the MediaSite course, which is in 4th week, and there's a course in the 7th week that I mentioned to you. So we hope it will be a new course with completely different information. If colleagues have questions, it can be about Blackboard. If anything is unclear before we wrap up, do you have any questions? We hope that this will be a new course with completely different information, God willing. May God bless you. May God honor you. All right, I'll go back to the other colleagues. If the other colleagues have any questions or inquiries, it doesn't have to be about our topic today. It can be anything related to Blackboard. If anything is unclear, before we wrap up, do you have any questions? Is there anything in our topic today regarding Blackboard? If anything is unclear, before we wrap up, do you have any questions? All right, that's great. May God reward you all with goodness, and thank you for your attention. God willing, we'll meet again in the future. Peace be upon you, and God's mercy and blessings.